NBA Straya. It's the best and worst stuff of the NBA today for Tuesday, February 24. How are you going? Hey, you going? You're right, you should be. I'll tell you what, the Spurs are the best team in the NBA again. What a long, terrifying rebuild it was, where they were only irrelevant for about a decade. Not even that. Come on, man. Crazy. Anyway, let's start today's brief best and worst in the NBA with the daily. Is it some sort of whip around, Jim? Is that how you usually do it? Yes. There you go. DeJounte Murray's back, which is very cool. Jim, what happened to him? He tore his Achilles. You might remember that at the end of January last year. So 13 months-ish later, he's back. And this is why the Jason Tatum thing just makes me nervous. It's like, DeJounte's doing the right thing, a full year plus, and he's back. Jason Tatum's like, I'm superhuman, and also maybe a bit of a dullard. But anyway, I'm going to come back. And it just seems a bit too quick for my liking. So, I don't know. Of course, Tatum isn't back yet, so that's good. But anyway, good job for DeJounte Murray. Love this. What does it mean for the Pelicans, Jim? Nothing, because they still stink. And, this is good, though. Get some games under his belt. See how he works with the rest of your team. Go into the offseason. All guns blazing. Dylan Brooks is out for at least 4 to 6 weeks of the left hand break that I mentioned yesterday. This is pretty devastating for Phoenix because they've obviously lost Devin Booker for at least another week or so as well. Brooks is obviously central to pretty much everything the Suns do. So this is not great. They're 3-5 without him so far this year. And tell you what, it's going to get pretty hairy pretty quickly for the Suns because we did this in the standings breakdown the other day. They're 33-25, which is good. They're 2 games behind the 6th seed right now, but they are only 2.5 games up on the Warriors and 5 games up on the Blazers. 5 games, they should be safe, but who knows with this Blazers team? They could just go absolutely ham. But I don't know. Bit of a worrisome moment for the Suns. Just saying. Because 4 to 6 weeks, that essentially gets us to the end of the regular season. Dylan Brooks, he's a bit more plug and play, but you'd much rather have that nice runway into the playoffs with all your team, all guns blazing. But here we are. You're the Suns. Yusuf Nurkic, hello, Bosnian Bear, is out for the rest of the season because the Utah Jazz are definitely not tanking. Also, he had a surgical procedure on his nose. So I don't know if it's to give him that perfect nose. I don't know. I think his big Balkan nose is fine. What are we doing? Anyway, good job, Yaz. That sucks. Nurkic is awesome. Those triple doubles he was throwing around earlier this season were chaos. We also got some fines from Scottie Pippen Jr. going out there to try and bash Myron Gardner the other day. That fight was funny. He's like, I've had enough of this, so I'm going to smash him. And just went after him like it's, I don't know, on Chapel Street on a Saturday night at 4 a.m. 35 grand they both got fined. One more sort of little sort of thing before we get into the very brief game wraps from today. We've sort of had I don't know, little bits and bobs dropping about, I don't know, what, Cade, all this sort of stuff. I just don't know if we're going to find anything about this burner. He's gone out and he's talked about Team USA and how he wants to play in the Olympics. And I'm just flagging this now. We'll talk about this on a big NBA Straya at one other point. I think we've had enough of the old dudes in Team USA, haven't we? Or is the US Olympics in 2028 going to be their swan song? I don't want it to be. They annoy me. Get out of here. Let the young guns shine. Hey, game wraps from today. Very briefly, we had one good game of the 3. And it was between the 2 best teams in the NBA right now. We're going streaking through the quad. Spurs and Pistons. And the Spurs beat them 114-103 in a pretty quietly terrifying display from the Spurs. Why is it terrifying, Jim? Well, because Wemby didn't exactly dominate on offense. He did enough, and he had 6 blocks. It was pretty chaotic, but this game rocked. Jalen Duren's like, I will fight all of yous. Cade Cunningham could not hit a shot, nor could Wemby. And the big difference, and this is the big thing, I guess, with the Pistons, is the shooting. So Duncan Robinson couldn't hit the side of a barn either today. And so they don't really have that break in case of emergency dude that, ostensibly ought to be that Tim Hardaway Jr. kind of dude who is obviously now in Denver. And my sweet baby Karis LeVert is not quite that guy. Dennis Jenkins isn't quite that guy either. And, it's just a bit squirrely. Because like Kevin Huerter, he's like your big move that you make in the during the trade deadline. And I'll tell you what, Kevin Huerter, he's no Devin Vassell. So anyway, big difference there. The Spurs are awesome. They moved to 41-16. Pistons now dropped to 42-14. But wow, was that a finals preview? Adam Silver is finger crossing. No, I don't want the repeat of 2005, Jim. Okay, Adam. Sacramento got by Memphis to fire the laser for the first time in 17 games. They snapped their 16-game losing streak. Good on them against the G League Memphis Hustle Grizz. Look, Sacramento have at least got some of their dudes still there. They've still got Precious. They've still got Keegs. You've got Rusty. You've got DeMar. And Maxi Renault is pretty bloody good for a rookie big man. Malik Monk had 10 points off the bench. The Grizzlies are starting Ollie Maxence Prosper, J.G. Jackson, Jalen Wells, Scottie Pippen Jr. and Cam Spencer. So, look, yes, I tipped Memphis yesterday. That was a mistake. Woof, Grizz, woof. And then finally, Utah just could not keep up with Houston, 125-105. No Keontae. Lowry did play, but Houston were up by 20 at the break and stayed up by, it was cruise control the rest of the way. So, yeah. Yeah, you're not learning too much there in that game, are you? Jabari Smith Jr. was good, though. Maybe the KD allegations have lit a fire under him. But I mean, look, they're sort of just pumping time into Isaiah Collier and Ace Bailey couldn't hit a shot. It was all a bit of a strange one, but Houston, this is the sort of, I talked about this on yesterday's show, right? If they couldn't cover that 16.5-point spread against this Utah team, I was going to be, a bit worried. They did, so good on them. Houston, back on track, question mark? Let's do an NBA Straya Performer of the Night.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Oh, they call him Victor Wembanyama. He's a tall French man. He had 21 points, 17 rebounds, and 4 assists and 6 blocks because he's really bloody good. He's really bloody tall. He barely misses usually, and today he couldn't hit any at all. There you go. Couldn't hit a shot, but still dominated the game. It was crazy. 16-11 for Stephon Castle. He's awesome. I love him. He's just like, hey, watch me ruin Cade Cunningham's life today. And everyone's like, oh, God, look at that. He ruined Cade Cunningham's life. This is what scares me about the Spurs. They've got Dylan Harper. They've got Fox. Fox couldn't hit a shot either, but Castle, Fox, and Harper. It's such a good rotation of like this sort of weird blend of athleticism, speed, youth, veteran know-how. It is unreal. And then you put a bit of what? Champagne and Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell around them, and they're terrifying. They are absolutely terrifying. The Spurs are the best team in the NBA right now. 28 for Vassell, went 7-11 on threes. Not bloody bad. I mean, other guests, approved performances of the night. Honorable mention to Jabari Smith Jr., I guess. He went out and absolutely smoke-rated the Utah Jazz. He had 31, went 6-11 from deep, 9 rebounds, 4 turnovers, but 3 steals and 3 blocks. So, good job. How about Spud of the night, though?
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Spud of the night. You hate to see it. We had a bunch of Spuds today. Considering there's only 3 games, it's pretty crazy. You got 6 of 16 shooting for Wemby. Not great. 5 of 15 for Duncan. I'd like to have a beer with him, Robinson. 5 of 13 for fighting Ron Holland. Fighting around the world. 4 of 16 for Isaiah Collier. The, what is he, a bowling ball with legs. 4 of 17 for De'Aaron Fox. Yeesh. 3 of 10 for Dennis Jenkins. 0 of 5 for Vajonte Green. But my favorite couple, Scottie Pippen Jr., like mere days after trying to punch on, went 0 of 8. Brutal. But long time Spud of the night, in memoriam kind of player. Like, I don't want to say Spud of the Night Hall of Famer, but he's right there. He's back, baby. Killian Hayes. Back in the NBA. Back in the Spud of the Night. 0 of 4. Your beauty. Good on you, Killian. Oh, Jimmy. What are you saying, huh? Are you saying that I am bad? That's exactly what I'm saying, Killian. Oh, that makes me sad then. How about, what happened though? Did something, oh, wait a minute. I'd like to have a beer with Duncan Robinson. What did he shoot from downtown today, Jim? Oh, yeah. Chill. He shot 311. You beauty. Duncan Robinson. Thank you. How good is that? Who's old mate? No mates, though.
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? I'll tell you what. Jabari Smith Jr. turning one on today was pretty cool and a bit of a slap in the face of Kevin Durant. I brought this up on yesterday's NBA Straya. Do we know that Kevin Durant is like beloved by his teammates? Because he just seems like a weird dude. We've all got that one mate who's always on their phone and you're like, just fucking put it down. What are you doing? Just get off it. We're all drinking beers and talking crap. Get off your phone. And if that mate is also just a bit loopy and a bit weird, it's like, I don't know if we should invite him anymore. I'm working on a thing here where Kevin Durant is just that sort of dude, and everywhere he goes, everyone's just kind of like, Kevin's just a bit weird, man. I don't know. Should we invite him to the team dinner? Nah, don't do that. Look, he's just going to sit there on his phone anyway, arguing with 15-year-olds on the internet, you know? So I reckon Kevin Durant might be feeling a bit old mate, no mates. But anyway, also Memphis. Draymond Green is just like, your hotel rooms suck. That was weird. What about Pantsing of the night today? We had two great ones. Jalen Duren yammed on Wemby, which was sick. Wemby also, like, there's 6 blocks, each one of them more for pantsing than the next, basically. But my favourite today was Tobias Harris, absolutely yamming on Julian Champagny. So, Wemby misses a layup, which is still one of the funniest things that happens. Like, that when that does happen, it's one of the funniest things that happens in the NBA. It's like, you're 7'40". You shouldn't miss. Like, you literally just stand there and you put the ball in. How do you miss a layup? What are you doing? But anyway, Tobias Harris, old man river. The never knew Tobias Harris just cram one on him. And everybody's like, what just happened? That was sick. Cade Cunningham also had a sick block and then a 3 up the other end. Very, very cool. Who is better than Bronny James, Lonzo Ball, and Ben Simmons today?
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Everybody. He really is. He really is. Daquan Plowden. Who's that, Jim? Yep, Daquan Plowden. Number 29 for your Sacramento Phaser Laser Kings. 26 minutes today. 19 points. 6 of 12 from the floor. 4 of 9 from deep. 5 rebounds, an assist and a turnover. A -4 somehow, though, in a game that they won by, 9. But still, one of the great NBA names right now as well. Daquan Plowden. That's right. Who was that? What was that? Daquan? Oh, yeah, I was just plowed in your mum. Jeez. Oh, settle down, Daquan. Brutal, mate. Brutal. Right, let's do a quick preview for tomorrow's games, then get out of here. All right, we've got 11 games tomorrow. You can find all of our picks over at Dabble. You can hit the link in our show description or our social bios. You can find them all there, just under NBA Straya. We've got 11 games tomorrow. Now, look, I think the rest of this season, we have a third of the season still to go. We've got a third of the NBA tanking. With these tanking teams, I'm basically just going, I think I'll take the favorite almost in every single one of them, because some of these teams, especially like Washington, even when they're playing like mediocre teams, it feels like there's just blood on the dance floor, right? That kind of vibe. Philly play Indy tomorrow. The Sixers are 8.5-point favorites in Indy. That seems a lot, right? Because Indy, they're not that bad, and that Siakam's out, so I'm just going Philly. Maxi's going to carve him up. VJ might, he needs to get point in the right direction. I like the Sixers at -8.5. Atlanta are hosting Washington. Another sort of thing. You've got the capital city Go-Go's out there playing against the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are 12.5-point favorites at home. We're going the Hawks. Because if they can't kill this Washington team, they should be beaten out of the entire NBA. Simple as that. Dallas, Brooklyn. Again, 2 tanking teams, but Dallas has got a little bit more talent, you reckon. Even without Coop de Loop Doop Doop flag. In Brooklyn, I think like the likes of Najee Marshall and co should probably still be a little bit too good for the net. So let's go Dallas -1.5. This is a fascinating one. OKC in Toronto, obviously without SGA, without J-Dub. I'm going to go the Raptors. They're 1.5-point underdogs at home. It's hard to play in Canada. They've got their dudes. I don't mind them against OKC. If they can just sort of withstand the Jared McCain onslaught, Isaiah Joe, look out. Let's go Raptors. Knicks Cleveland. Oh, what a game that is. Cleveland, that's right. I'm going to go the Knicks plus 3.5 in Cleveland just for this sheer fact that they can go, right, we've got Donnie Mitchell and James Harden on the other side there. We can probably cover them. We've got enough length. Cat's been playing really well. This should be a cracking game because even if Cleveland do pull out the win, I think this should be really, really close. So I'm going to go the Knicks. I'm going to take the 3.5. Awesome game. Brunson versus Harden. Donnie Mitchell out there as well. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Jose Alvarado causing all sorts of havoc. Let's go Charlotte at Chicago. Now, Charlotte, my big thing, obviously, I love me some Charlotte. Don't get me wrong. Love the Hornets. But they get Miles Bridges back. And Chicago are just, Anthony Simons is out. They're just all sorts of janky. Charlotte should win this in Chicago. I am, however, going to take the Bulls plus 7.5. We saw them play the Knicks pretty tough the other day. I'll take Chicago plus 7.5. Hold my nose because I think Charlotte will take a couple of games just to get back into the swing of having everybody else there. It's sort of what they do, right? They sort of get, if they miss anybody for a little bit, it throws them for a loop, and then they all get back together, and then they finally get pointed in the right direction, and then they're good. Miami, Milwaukee. Is it Algonquin for the good land tomorrow, Jim? No, I'm going to go the Heat minus 5.5. They've got Hero back. They should be smoker rating this Milwaukee team. Golden State, New Orleans. Oh, geez. The Pals getting DeJounte back. I'm going to take the Pelicans plus 2.5. They have no reason to lose. The Golden State Warriors had that crazy win over Denver the other day. Can't see it continue. I'm just going to go the Pels. Come on, do something, Zion. Boston, Phoenix, another ripper. Again, Phoenix without Brooks. I mentioned this earlier in the show. Without Brooks, central to everything they do, I'm going to go Boston minus 6.5. They are flying. Jaylen Brown's getting like MVP chatter from LeBron, which is pretty funny. Minnesota then go to Portland. We've got the Blazers plus 6.5 at home. I'm going to take them plus 6.5 at home. I think Denny's probably out, but look, that just means more Tamani Kamara for me. I reckon they can maybe just stick with Minnesota at home. Fascinating game. We saw them get absolutely belted from pillar to post by Denver the other day. But I'm going to take the Blazers plus 6.5. Orlando go to the Lakers, having just squeaked by the other day the Clippers. Thanks to Desmond Bain. I'm going to go the Magic plus 4.5 because I think this will be pretty tight. Can we just see some defense from the Magic? Just be better. We know the Lakers aren't going to play any D, but look, Paolo versus Luka and LeBron, this should be a pretty good one. That's an awesome, a 2009 NBA Finals rematch. So love that. Some really good games in there tomorrow. You can find all those picks over at Double. But that's it. There you go. The best and worst for the NBA today. Tune in to NBA Straya every day for everything NBA. Subscribe across all the socials, across all the shows. Jump on the YouTube. Jump in the comments. Check out the video podcast on Spotify as well. So subscribe everywhere or I will fight you. All right, this is NBA Straya saying look after yourselves, would you? And later, hosen.